happy to be back making another video for you all, and I'm really excited to get into today's topic. So if you are somebody who has been trying to manifest more money into your life and just get more of a consistent cash flow, then today's pick a card is going to be for you. We are going to be taking a look at what blocks are getting in your way of financial freedom, and basically whether that's like mental shifts or physical things in your life that you need to change up. This is going to get all the way into it so you know exactly what next step to take. So let's get started. All right, so as usual, we are going to set intentions and cleanse our cards for today's reading. And it is meant to bring the most accurate information that I can to you all about what financial blocks are getting in your way towards financial freedom or just a more consistent cash flow. So that way you know exactly what steps to take next. All right, let's get into our pick a card. All right, everybody, so here we have groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, each with a different crystal on top, and you are going to use your intuition to figure out which card pile has the correct message for you, so you can figure out what blocks are getting in your way from financial freedom. Okay, so if you already know which pile is yours, then in the description I'll have timestamps so you can skip right to your reading. But if you are new to this and you're not quite sure how to listen to your intuition to figure out what pile is for you, then what you're going to do is just really take a moment, feel free to pause the video if you need to, and figure out which one is drawing your eye towards it the most. If you want to close your eyes, pick and whatever number, like 1 through 4, just automatically is the first one to pop up. That could be your intuition telling you to pick that pile. So just whichever one was that just like stands out to you the most. Okay, so yeah, feel free to pause, take a minute, and figure out which pile is yours, and I will see you. Before I say that, hold on, let's get into these crystals. So here we have some howlite. Here we have some sardonyx. Can you even see these okay? I'm doing something new with the lighting and I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, card pile number 3, I have some fire quartz. And then pile number 4, I have some bumblebee jasper. This one is so cute. I love it. Okay, anyways, also I kind of leave like my little mess ups in here because I want this as unedited as possible and to be as authentic as possible, and I mess up my words a lot, so sorry in advance. Anyways, I will see you guys in your reading. Okay, group number 1. So here is your first 3 cards. So we have conviction, healing, and regeneration. So what this is telling me is that you know exactly what your end goal is, what it is that you want. However, I feel like what's really getting in your way is your perception of how you are viewing yourself. So what the exact thing that's getting in your way is the avoidance of working on your worthiness, right? So focusing on your healing, focusing on regeneration, taking some time to rest. I'm getting major, like, you know what you want, so you are gonna do whatever you have to do to achieve it. And it's putting you into this overdrive, like overworking mode, and that's causing you to be burnt out a little bit, be really overwhelmed. And because of that, you're not really paying attention to the parts of you that need healing or just a little bit of kindness the most. And because you keep pushing yourself and you are getting more and more burnt out because you're just trying to make it to the end goal, the more you are going to kind of think negatively about yourself and think, oh my gosh, if I could just like work harder or get this done faster or whatever it is. And finally allowing yourself that time of regeneration and peace and just like a moment to sit down and just be calm and not worry about all of the things that you have to do, you're going to be healing a part of the way that you view yourself, healing a part of your mind to accept that relax and time for rest is truly needed. Like, that is super, super needed in order to be able to push yourself really hard and accomplish your goals. There always has to be a balance, right? So that's what this is telling me. Let's go ahead and do some tarot cards and see what else we have. So what blocks are getting in your way from financial freedom? Here we have the Seven of Swords. So you are thinking really, really hard and strategic about what it is that you want to do. And I feel like not only are you working yourself in a physical way, but also perhaps in a mental way. And it's almost like you're trying to just take like not necessarily that this is the easy way out, but perhaps it feels like the easy way out in a sense, because you're like, oh, I'm just going to keep working and then like working harder towards my goals and I'm going to get it. Like, I'm just going to keep doing this. But like, that is not how it works. It's honestly like really hard to give yourself that downtime and relax time, because it's so easy to feel like you are not doing enough if you are just like getting that time in for yourself. So your brain might think this is like the way to go, but your brain is not thinking right with this one. That is not the way to go. You're gonna have to take a more slow and steady approach. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, there's an imbalance in what you are doing with your time management and with how you're just viewing everything. There's a whole imbalance there, and that's causing an imbalance with your finances too. So the more we can balance our actions in our day-to-day, the more we can balance our mindset, the more we can balance in the things that we are trying to manifest. And then we have the Page of Cups reverse. So because of all of this overworking and overthinking and just trying to get there too fast, that's causing us to miss out on potential opportunities for fulfilling this emotional desire of wanting more of an income. You're also blocking your intuition a little bit. Like, I feel like your body, your intuition has maybe been saying like, hey, like chill out a little bit. Like, we are not feeling the best, and you're totally ignoring that. And whenever you are ignoring that, like I said before, that's just gonna keep expanding like this imbalance that you have and just keep perpetuating that cycle. So that is probably why you feel stuck, even though you are working so hard. So the more you chill out a little bit, easier said than done, but the more that's going to open up new ideas and like new space for you to hear your intuition to further this journey of accomplishing your goals. It's kind of crazy how much relaxing and taking time for yourself can actually push you forward. Okay, what else do we have here? Yeah, you are overworking yourself, overburdened. There is just too much going on. But at the same time, like, this is a good reminder to not only set boundaries with like people around you, but also set boundaries with yourself and like hold them to your, like, what am I trying to say? Respect your own boundaries, not just other people's boundaries. Like, you got to respect your own. And that includes not overworking yourself to death. Okay, so let's see the different things that you can do to help you accomplish getting over these blocks, over these hurdles. What can we do to help you accomplish that? Okay, so having patience, being able to do some work and then sit there and understand that it's going to take some time. So really being okay with patience. Like, the imagery here for the Seven of Pentacles is basically like, imagine the pentacles are fruit and he has planted this plant and the fruit is budding and he is just standing there waiting for something to happen. Like, okay, now, like, why isn't anything happening? But we all know it takes time to eventually develop into yummy, delicious, juicy fruit that you can enjoy. So allowing yourself to be okay with things taking time. What else can we do? Let's see. These two here. Okay. So I feel like another thing here is I believe that we can feel a little bit like stingy with our money, almost in a sense of like, ooh, like, okay, I have this bit of money here, like I'm kind of worried maybe either when I'm gonna get the next bit of money, or if that's not the case for you, it can also just be like, okay, I'm just gonna hold on to it and like not pursue the things that I'm trying to pursue because it's just not enough. Like like you're almost in like perfectionism stage. So it's either one of those two. You're very like almost like frugal, I guess, because you are concerned about the next bit of money, or you are holding on to it because of the potential unknown. So either way, just really holding on to things. So I feel like kind of recognizing like, yes, it's good to save money and hold on to it for really important things, but at the same time, when you can have your mindset allow yourself to recognize that like having a cohesive like cash flow of money means it comes and it goes, and being okay to like letting go of that. So having patience, recognizing that money comes and goes and that it's going to be okay. There is always going to be a new opportunity or a new thing that's bringing in more money. There's always going to be something that you're spending money on. That's just the circle of finances. So like being totally okay with that. And then the Queen of Pentacles is being very, this is, I mean, it makes sense, like we're doing a reading on money, but all the Pentacle cards, it just, I love how it makes sense. Okay, anyways, so the Queen of Pentacles, she is very focused, she's very organized, she is on top of her stuff. It's just a card of balance and knowing how to handle your money. She knows how to handle her money. She knows how to enjoy it. She knows how to save it. Like, so to me, this is coming up with a way of thinking and a way of planning that's going to allow you to achieve this. So overall, the things that you can be doing to help you get past these blocks are understanding patience is key. Money comes and goes, and there needs to be some sort of practical plan of budgeting and confidence that everything is going to be okay. Okay, now let's see. Whenever you do make these shifts, what is that going to bring? Whether it takes time or it's seen pretty soon, what will that bring? Okay, so the Six of Swords is all about movement forward. And when it's in the reverse position, that can sometimes be a bit of reverting back, right? So I think when you start to accomplish these things, don't forget that if it ever starts to give you a little hint of what life has been like before when you did have all these worries, to not revert back into that mindset. It might feel easy to, especially if something triggers it. Like, this is just an example, not saying this is going to happen, but what if, you know, you end up getting a really good mindset, you're doing pretty good with money, and then there's like some random unexpected expense that you're like, dang, like that's kind of crazy. I did not expect that to happen. It can be so easy for us to have that like trigger from, let's say, like financial trauma, you know, and that kind of set us off to be like, oh no, like all these things again, and then going right back into that mindset. So this is your reminder that do not get into that mindset and to just focus on these things so you can keep progressing forward. That is one thing. Oh yeah, this is something I need to say. That is one thing that comes with trying to manifest and bring in more money, is a lot of times we manifest the lessons that we need to learn in order to acquire more money. So basically, we go through a little bit of a struggle with the things that we are trying to bring in, because that's our opportunity to practice our new skill and to practice like having that that flow, that energy that's going to attract the exact energy that you're looking for, really embodying your goals now, and it just makes it so much easier to achieve it. So there is that. Okay, and then what else do you need to know when you make these shifts? What else to expect, or what else do you need to know? Okay, and then we also have the Queen of Swords. So the swords again are like all about how we think, like logical thinking, planning, like, what am I trying? Why did I get stuck? Yeah, sorry. Okay. Queen of Swords, logical thinking, planning, figuring things out, problem solving. So it's going to be key that you are just staying really focused and are gaining clarity over what is happening. How are you going to get through it and move forward to keep this going? I feel like this is going to be a lot of thinking on your part. I mean, all of this is really shifting your mindset to having more balance and to having more of a realistic game plan to follow through with. Okay, so let's get into our last deck of cards to see if there's anything else we need to know about the financial blocks you're struggling with, or about what you can help do to manifest money. Okay, here we have joy and here we have reveal. So this is telling me that part of your healing process and part of getting through these really hard moments is going to be a little bit more being more authentic to yourself and finding joy in the present time. So whenever we can find happiness in our day-to-day, it's so much easier to keep bringing in more of that emotion. Like I said earlier, the more we embody what our goals are now, the easier it is for them to come. So the more joy we bring into things, be it working and also be it having a rest, then that's just really going to make the balance of things so much easier for you. And revealing that side of you, the subconscious part of you that's like, please, let's take a break, like, please let me feel okay. We're letting that side out, letting it show, being okay with the situation you're in, and being like, yeah, you know what, this is my reality, it is what it is. I am still going to be happy and I'm going to move forward because my struggles do not define me. That is the mindset that you need to have. And you need to have the mindset of respecting yourself and your boundaries. And that is just super going to help you. Okay, let's see if we get anything else. And then work. So the B is all about working, making honey, which could be money. So yeah, giving yourself, revealing your joy and happiness and just shifting your mindset to what we have been discussing here is really going to improve your work ethic and bring you more abundance and more cash flow. So that is our reading for today. I want to say thank you so much for spending some time with me, and be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and check me out on Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot, where I do offer personal readings if that's something you are interested in. And thanks again. I will see you in the next one. Bye. All right, group number 2, this is going to be your reading on what are your financial blocks and how you can overcome them to financial freedom. Okay, so here we have discipline, abundance, and consciousness. So this is showing me that you either have the discipline or you are craving the discipline to create abundance. And what's happening is that's not happening. So the consciousness card over here is telling me that there is some part of you that is on a deeper level recognizing exactly what it is that is getting in your way. And I believe a little bit of that is the discipline aspect. So while I do think there is a bit of discipline in you, I do think you are craving a bit more and in need of a little bit more. And also, when it comes to the consciousness card, I'm also really feeling that there is a bit of need for recognizing your worthiness of having the things that you deserve, because a lot of times when we think that it's too hard and that, well, we've never had it, so you know, who are we to even get there? Like a lot of times, and like if we were to say like, oh my gosh, in X amount of years from now, like I could be a millionaire. Like the fact that saying that, you probably feel silly or stupid or just immediately think like no, like there's absolutely no way. Like that is your subconscious programming telling you that you are not worthy of it and that you are not capable of it. So really digging deeper and rewiring that mindset is going to be key in allowing you to fully dive more into a more disciplined way of life, because it's kind of hard to stay on track of your boundaries, your disciplines that you're putting on yourself whenever you are feeling like, well, what is the point of doing that? Because it's not like I could ever actually do it, you know? So that's what this is telling me right here. But let's do some tarot cards and see what else it has to say about the financial blocks getting in your way. So there's a bit of conflict, and I feel like, again, this is with yourself. This is feeling unworthy, feeling like it's unrealistic for you to achieve these things. Perhaps it's been hard for others in your family, and this is just an ongoing cycle, and it feels like you just really can't get out of it. But a lot of this battle is with your mindset and with yourself. And even if there are, you know, outside factors that are obviously making things really difficult in manifesting abundance, like those can be addressed also. But right now, with this reading, Spirit is saying that something that you really need to focus on is shifting your mindset first, and the rest will come. Because also when we shift our mindset into a more understanding mindset, and one that values ourselves as a person, not by like what we've been through, but just who we are, showing that we are worthy for everything that we are wanting, that will just allow our brains to open up to new ideas and more opportunities of financial gain. So then we have the Hermit card. So yeah, this is showing you that you need to take some time to yourself and really reflect on how you feel about these things. Perhaps meditating would be really good. I'm kind of getting that for some of you, whether that's your thing or if it's not your thing, just taking some time to yourself to really think and reflect. So we also have the Seven of Cups. So there are a lot of choices, and these could be choices on things that make you happy, like perhaps different creative outlets that can bring you an income for some of you. For others, this could just be choices of lifestyle and how you want to live, and those thoughts and choices compared to how you are currently feeling or living is just really overwhelming, because there are so many different avenues to go down to be like, what can I change here? Like, I feel like we keep we keep looking externally for all the different things that we can adjust, but right now it's time to look internally. Ooh, okay, let's see. And then we have the Two of Wands. So once you finally get this mindset, oh my gosh, these cards, whatever. Once you finally get this mindset a little bit more shifted, you are going to be able to have clearer planning and really being able to see your options. The wands are about how we are living, if we're living in harmony or disharmony, and like our actions versus our values and belief systems and all of that. So he has the world in his hands, and he's put his two wands up, and he's just hanging out, looking over the water, seeing like what opportunity is really out there. So this is going to really help open your mind to living a more aligned life. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So that's like inspired action. This is going to be really inspiring. It's going to bring you new ideas, and you're going to be able to move forward on them. You're going to think of new ways that you can move forward on these things. Maybe that's not necessarily just new ideas. Maybe these are things that you could be like, oh my gosh, like I've been thinking this, but now I just discovered a way that I can achieve it. Okay, let's see. What else is to come once you shift this perspective? Let's look at that. What to expect, or what's to come, how to do it. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Wait, did I? Okay, yeah. Then we have the Seven of Wands. This is the Five of Wands. I think I said Seven of Wands earlier. I don't know. Sometimes I can't read. Anyways, Seven of Wands here. So really standing up for yourself, but don't get too don't get too like invested in all the conflict. This is really standing up for yourself though. So this could also be when other people start to put their negative opinions on you. Like, let's say you have this really great idea and you find yourself sharing it with somebody, and somebody's like, oh man, like that's probably going to be hard because X, Y, and Z. Or, I don't know, I tried to do that and that didn't really work out for me. Like, instead of getting hung up in all of that, definitely stand up for yourself and defend yourself, because that is key. And don't let it affect you, but just don't get like too invested in the conflict. Like, that's a them problem. You just keep doing you and believing in yourself, and that'll just make that way easier. And then we have the Page of Swords. Yeah, new ideas. New ideas, new opportunities, and new ideas on how to get to those opportunities. So really exciting. Okay, let's get into our other cards and see what else they have to say. Kindness, so being kind to yourself. It might feel silly, but like try saying some basic affirmations of like, I am worthy. And it might feel really silly at first, but a good tip that I got once was to keep saying it until you don't feel stupid anymore. And then you'll really start to change that wiring in your brain and believe it. And the more you believe it, the more it becomes your reality. And then we have rebirth. Yeah, so this is going to be a huge transformation for you once you are able to make this perspective shift. It's going to be a rebirth of you and the life that you're creating and all of these opportunities that you are wanting. And then we also have communicate and secret. So this is telling me that there is that deeper thing that you are wanting and you are striving for. It's slowly going to start being revealed. You're going to start learning more about yourself, and there's just a lot more to come from this than I think you even know. This is going to be a huge change for you that is just so positive. And the communicate card is, again, just really touching on the way that you communicate with yourself and your family and those around you, and how you are viewing yourself. Like, you are worthy, you are capable of achieving these goals, you are capable of financial freedom, you know, all of these things. No matter what anybody else has been through, what anybody else thinks, like, that is a possibility for you. Whenever you can believe it, then you will achieve it. Okay, so that is your reading for today, group number 2. That was super solid, and I just want to say thank you so much for spending some time with me today. Be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and also check me out on my Instagram at Silver Winter Tarot. Oh, my kitty just came up here. How did you get back in here? What was I saying? Oh, I offer personal readings where you can message me on Instagram if that's something you're interested in. But I will see you all in the next one. Thanks, and bye. All right, group number 3. This is your reading on what are your financial blocks and how we can overcome them. So let's just get right into it. So first we have perspective, deep knowing, and introspection. So this is telling me that there is something that you have been thinking about, and whether you are really thinking about it, or whether it's just been kind of like a thought in the back of your mind that you're kind of ignoring, there is something that you have a deep knowing about, but you are not really listening to it. So the introspection card here is telling me that this is a time for you to really sit with yourself, really confront this situation, this idea that you're having, and decide what is right for you. And because you are having this deep knowing, this is telling me that you are already aware of the answer. You just need to make the choice. So I feel like for some of you, perhaps this is a perspective on a career. I feel like this is a perspective on just some maybe specific situation or some activity or just something that is happening that directly is either getting in the way of you making more money or is what makes you money, like a job, right? So I feel like your perspective of this thing, you probably have a deep knowing that it's not right, or that it's getting in the way, or that something about it needs to change. And that could be, for some of you, a actual job change, or that could just be like a change in position, right? So take it as it resonates, as these are general readings and it just varies for everybody. But yeah, so you really need to take some time to confront this with yourself and decide, what exactly do you want, and what are you okay keeping and sticking with, and what are you ready to be done with? And to me, it sounds like you are ready to be done with something, and it's time to reflect on ways that you can move forward from it. So let's get into some tarot cards and see what else we get here from these financial blocks, and see if we can get anything more specific. So this is the Hierophant. So this is telling me that you really need to lean into education and understanding a little bit more on what it is that you are actually finding interesting, be that your current job or something else. The Hierophant is oftentimes looking up to somebody and gaining knowledge that way. Perhaps there is somebody who does the thing that you're interested in, and this is a message for you to reach out, or just study them, or study what they do, etc., just depending on what it is again. And that could help propel you forward. But let's see what else we have to get. Ooh, okay. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, we have the Moon card. Okay, so with the Moon card, this talks a lot about the unknown and anxieties, and like maybe some deception, but at the same time, this can also be magic, psychic abilities, that sort of thing, right? So the reason I say that is I feel like this is going to be probably like split down the middle. Like there's two different messages I'm getting here. So for some of you, this is a time that you need to be leaning in and learning more about your own intuition, about your own abilities, your own clear knowing. I feel like for some of you, that is a gift that you have, or that is something that you have been interested in. And you have a deep knowing that, you have a deep knowing that that's something that you want to pursue. I relate to this very much. So you have a deep knowing that that is something meant for you, and now is a time to really learn about it so you can move forward and potentially not only make it an interest, but make it a way of earning an income. Now, for those of you who you're like, what the heck? No. The other half of you, this is showing me that there is a bit of anxiety over the unknown of learning something new. Perhaps you are worried that, well, even though I really want to pursue that and I'm really interested in that, I'm probably not going to do that good. Or what if it takes me too long and it's just like overwhelming? You know what I mean? It's all of those thoughts of like the unknown, the what ifs, that's getting in the way of you moving forward and learning more and being able to bring in more finances, because the more we know, the more opportunity that we create in life. Okay. Let's keep going. What else do we have here? We have the Three of Wands. So this is looking into your future. So again, really knowing what you want and deciding, am I going to stay right here and do nothing about it and just keep daydreaming and looking into the future? Or am I going to actually take action on it and move in that direction? And that applies to either side of whatever I'm saying here. Oh, then we have the Temperance card. So you'll be finding more balance and harmony and joy in your life whenever you start pursuing this thing that you are wanting to embark on and learn. Hold on, I dropped a card. Hello, where'd you go? Okay. And then we also have the Eight of Pentacles, and so this is skill development. So this is really a time for you to be working on this skill. Like I said, for a lot of you, I really think this is your intuition, your psychic ability, or just your whatever you have a deep knowing on. You are going to be learning more about it. You're going to be developing that skill. It's going to be elevating you to a higher frequency, creating more of a balance to where you can look into your future and know what to expect. And then for those of you who are not getting into that, then this just really reiterates you having that deep knowing of what it is that you truly want to go for, and shifting your perspective of going from like holding back to really leaning into student mode and learning and practicing and developing that skill to create more harmony and balance and joy in your life, and getting away from all the unknown holding you back. Okay, let's get into some more cards and see what else we get for this reading. This is like a super fun reading, and it's also kind of cool how I'm getting like two different things here. Okay, so then we have protect. So it's going to be crucial that you protect yourself and your thoughts in this time. So whenever, again, let's do like one half of you. So whenever you are working on your intuition, your abilities, like that sort of thing, it's really crucial that you are constantly protecting yourself or like shielding yourself. This could be a daily thing for your practices, because whenever we expand our minds and open our minds a little bit more, it's kind of easier to become more sensitive to all the things around you in your daily life. More sensitive to the spirit world, that sort of thing. So just making sure that you're protecting yourself, maybe keeping a protective stone on you and that sort of thing, so you're staying grounded and okay. And then for those of you who are, just wanting to practice something new and move forward, it's going to be important that you're protecting oh my God, it's going to be important that you're protecting yourself in a sense of your mindset and your thoughts, because if you allow those negative thoughts of all the what ifs to keep coming back in, you're just going to fall right back into your same pattern. So protecting your peace and just really holding your vision. Ooh, yeah, this is like holding your vision. Okay, what else do we have here? We have disguise. So this also goes right in with this one of like maybe deception or the unknown. So I feel like with disguise, this is also showing that there might be some, for those of you with intuitive abilities, etc. Disguise is going to be talking about the signs and things that you are receiving, right? And in reference to that, like, let's say you, this is just like one example I can think of. Let's say like you get a little bit of bad news. Don't let that overpower your thoughts and make you think that like, oh my gosh, like things are actually not going my way. That is a good event disguised as a bad event, if that makes sense. So it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's all to further your development. It's all to further your education and everything forward in this. Everything happens for a reason, and everything is happening at the right time. Now, for those of you who are not on that side of things with the disguise card, that's showing me that there is going to be a little bit of trickiness, right? So again, kind of the same, the same like meaning, but just for the different situation. So when something is seeming really tricky or really hard, actually lean into that, because that might actually end up becoming the thing that you really love and focus on. That might be the thing that really brings you that joy and that flow of money. I know like a lot of this is about like intuition and whatever and practicing stuff, but don't forget that like this is the next thing that you need to focus on in order to open yourself up to cash flow. Ooh, and perhaps if you're trying to like really manifest, For those of you that are getting more in touch with your intuition and psychic abilities, you're able to kind of, really like bring in more of that energy where manifesting becomes like just, I don't want to necessarily say easier, but like a little bit easier, I guess. I don't know. Okay, let's see if we get anything else. Then we have balance. So finding the balance between working hard and daydreaming and figuring out what it is that you want to achieve, right? So just having clarity over your ideas and your goals, and really like making a vision board could probably be a really good idea, like that sort of thing. So balance between that, and then balance between now it's time to put in the work. And then last we have collaborate. So I feel like getting with other people is going to be really a huge step in this. So again, if you're somebody who's wanting to develop your abilities, collaborating with others who have done that and getting some insight and knowledge on ways that they have made that into a business maybe, or have expanded more on that, is going to be key. And then for those of you who are just working on a new skill and learning something new, again, getting with others who kind of do the same thing is really going to help you along this path. So that was your reading for today, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and check me out on Instagram at Silver Winter Tarot, where I offer personal readings if you are interested in that. So yeah, thanks again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, group number 4. So let's get into your reading about what are your financial blocks getting in the way of financial freedom. So here we have expression, initiation, and intuition. So this is telling me that there is a bit of a misalignment in the way that you think of yourself and the way that you are expressing yourself, and the ways that you are wanting to express yourself, if that makes sense. So with how you're currently expressing yourself, the ways you want to express yourself, and then the way that you want to see yourself like in the future, right? So expression is big here. This could be in the way that you're communicating. This could be in the way that you're dressing, anything like that, right? Any way that we express ourselves. And with initiation being here, that is basically you struggling to kind of make that first really hard step to like kick things forward, right? So with intuition being here, then trusting your intuition, like taking a moment and listening to yourself and thinking, what do I really want? What do I feel like I need to do, even if it feels really scary and really hard, and I'm really worried about being perceived, and I'm really worried about coming off a certain way. So I'm just not gonna like actually do anything about it, and I'm just gonna like keep being here. But in the back of my mind, I'm gonna know, hey, like that's something I really want to do. Maybe I should just do it. So that is what is going on here. Let's get into some more cards and see what else this has to say about your blocks and how we can overcome them, so you can, let's do this one, and make it to financial freedom. Okay, so don't let what other people think get to you. This is a card about standing up for yourself and what you believe in. So don't worry about what other people think of you. Don't worry about being perceived. Don't let that stop you from taking action towards what feels right for you. Temperance card. So, we also got these two in the last reading, I think. Anyways, the Temperance card is all about balance and joy and harmony, and trust. So trusting that what you want for yourself is the best thing for you, and that's going to bring you that balance and joy that you're looking for. The more you like stop caring about what other people might think, the better. And the reason why I feel like this has to do with getting in the way of your money is because this could have to do with you not speaking up for yourself in the workplace. That way, you're not getting promoted, you're not leveling up, that sort of thing, because you're not putting yourself out there. You're not speaking up for yourself because maybe you feel like, oh, well, I'm not as good as these other people, or what if people say something about it, like that sort of thing. Or this could be, maybe there's like this new creative journey you want to start on, but you're worried about being perceived and you're like, I'd rather not because that sounds a little scary. So that is what's going on here. Don't be worried about all the what ifs, because also, like, what if it could be really freaking good and you can make money? Ooh, look, you got the Wheel of Fortune card. So quit doubting yourself. Do the thing that you've been really wanting to do, and that is going to bring you some money. The Wheel of Fortune is an ending of old cycles. It is a money surprise. It is, or going to be making good money, that sort of thing. So this right here is your sign to do the thing. And don't let what anybody else says get in your head. Trust yourself. Take action. Take initiation with your goals and accomplish them. Oh yeah, so listening to your intuition. So normally the the Four of Cups in the upright position is like ignoring your intuition. But when it's in the reverse, you're finally opening up to it. So again, 2 intuition cards. Really just take action on being yourself. Be yourself. That alone is going to just set you forward in being able to find financial freedom and bring more of a money income. People love you for you, even though you think you're not as good as everybody else potentially for some of you guys, or think that you're just not capable of these things, or whatever it might be. Like, people love you for you. Okay, what else do we have here? We have the Five of Wands reversed. So this shows that there's like a little bit of conflict, but it's also in the, oh my gosh, what's the word? Like conflict resolution side of things. So whenever you start trusting your intuition, you're going to be letting go of like this internal conflict that you're having with yourself. Because right now it's like, oh, I want to do this, but I'm not actually doing this. And that can kind of create a cycle of like just feeling really bummed and like not really motivated and good about things. Ooh, and the Tower card being reversed. So you have been through a lot. You have been through something that has really affected your mindset, and whether it's one event or whether it's just a series of like life things that have led you to believe that you are not capable and worthy or good enough or whatever it may be to take initiation on that, that is coming to an end. Now, for those of you that haven't been through that, this is showing me that by you taking this initiative on trusting your intuition and following your heart, you will be avoiding a big tower moment. Now, a tower moment is basically like, for lack of better words, everything going to shit. Everything feels really hard. Everything feels like it sucks. You can have depression, anxiety. It's basically like your foundation crumbling. Like, it's really hard. But the good thing about tower moments is they are all for our best, highest version of ourselves to keep us moving forward to where we're truly meant to be. So this is showing me that in doing these things, you are avoiding a tower moment, which is great because nobody wants to go through that. Or you have been through a really hard time and you are finally overcoming that, like ending these cycles here. So just take as it resonates, as it's different for everybody, but those are the 2 general messages that I'm getting for that card. Okay, let's get one more card here. And then we have the 9 of Cups in the reverse position. So yeah, I really feel like letting go of all of this is, okay, so when this is in the reverse position, this is like unhappiness, right? Because in the upright position, this is like, yay, like a wish come true, everything's great. And so in the reverse position, that is unhappiness. So I feel like this tower moment that could have been created could have come from this big amount of unhappiness and not feeling aligned and this internal conflict. So yeah, you are really avoiding these 2 things by making this shift here. Because imagine if you kept having that internal conflict of what you truly want in life and what is actually happening, and that sadness, that's just going to create chaos and depression and a whole cycle of negative thinking and a lack of worthiness. So crisis averted when you finally shift into your truth here. And money. So this is a win-win situation. What more could you ask for? Okay, so let's get into our last deck of cards and see what else it has to say. Rest. Be sure to get some rest. That is crucial in our development forward and working forward. If we just keep working really hard, or like sometimes when we start something new that's really exciting, we can just like put our all into it and kind of burn ourselves out on it. So have balance in that. That is also going to help you move forward, is being sure to take times of rest. Okay, what else do we have here? What else about your blocks? Are there ways you can overcome them for financial freedom? Heal. So that kind of goes hand in hand with rest. So rest and heal. Heal your mindset. Heal the way that you feel about yourself. Oftentimes, if you're scared of being perceived or thinking you're not good enough, there's something that needs to be looked at a little bit deeper and healed, because you should love yourself exactly for how you are. You are worthy of it. Okay, let's see. Any last little message or thing here for pile number 4? Oh, and then we have trick. So, okay, that's a reminder that when things feel really hard, that it's for the best. So let's say a tricky situation comes up where you're either put in a hard financial spot, or you are put in a situation where you're like really second guessing yourself, or you're put in a situation that's just super uncomfortable. You're like, oh, I really don't want to have to confront this and do this, but it's all a trick, because if you can get out of that worried mindset and shift over into okay, this sucks, but now is the opportunity for me to practice the thing that I am like so fearful of, which is being perceived, or maybe like for some people, something that could be hard in a tough situation is like regulating your negative thoughts, right? So, something unfortunate is happening. Great. I'm going to take this as an opportunity to really shift my perspective on the situation and be thankful for the lessons that it's going to teach me. So that is your reading for today, group number 4. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and be sure to give me a like and a subscribe, and check me out on Instagram at Silverwinter Tarot. I offer personal readings if that's something you're interested in, and thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.